This could allow AMC to raise up to $16 billion and effectively cause the MOAS. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into everything that is happening here on the day today, as well as with AMC. We are seeing the short score is increasing again because that days to cover number continues to move up higher as well. So we have a lot to get into. Not a lot of time to get into it. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. So, first things first, what is happening here on the day today is the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey. Survey came in. Let's go ahead and refresh the page. Give you guys the latest. All right, so Michigan Consumer Sentiment came in at 63.9, forecast of 60.8, much better than expectations. But inflation expectations, this is the thing that really has some people excited. The one-year inflation expectation dropped to 3.3% from previous 4.2%. Expectation was 4%, so this went down by quite a bit. Michigan current conditions came in at 68. You were expecting 64, better than expectations. And the 5-year inflation expectations. This was the thing that I reiterated yesterday that could have caused the markets some pain. 5-year inflation expectations came in at 3%. You were expecting 3.1%. So not, as of right now, continuing this upward move in the 5-year inflation expectations. You're starting to come back down again. It's just one data point. We'll see what happens when further surveys do come out. But it does not look like by any means inflation is becoming unanchored, or inflation expectations, I should say, are becoming unanchored. So this was a positive catalyst that we got here today. Now, next week, you're going to get a lot of Fed speakers, and that's really going to be the thing that guides this market from here. Next Tuesday, or next Wednesday, you're going to get Fed Chair Powell that will be speaking, Fed Goolsbee, Fed Mester, Fed Cook, Fed Jefferson, all on the same day. So Wednesday is going to be a big day for our markets next week, as well as Fed Chair Powell testimony the next day on Thursday as well, also will be very important. And that's really all you have next week, is a lot of Fed speakers and Fed Jerome Powell. Markets are closed on Monday, so there will be no trading of stocks on Monday. I believe the bond market will be open until noon, but I could be wrong there. So that could, kind of drive the sentiment heading into Tuesday, into our first day of trading. Now, the AMC APE conversion is just 2 weeks away from here. And this article says, what if the APE conversion doesn't happen? Uncertainties about the APE conversion, along with AMC's dwindling cash position and a pending court decision, weigh heavily on the cinema stock's prospects. Now, at this point, maybe I'm the first one to think this way. Maybe we want this to go through. After all, the stock has done nothing seeing this court date actually get delayed. Now, on one hand, you could make the argument that if this did not go through, these arbitrage traders are on the wrong side of this trade, and that would, help squeeze shorts out of short positions. But you can make an equally strong argument that if AMC does not do this conversion and does not be able to raise up to $16 billion in capital, that, as the street says, AMC could go bankrupt. That could be a real problem for them, as they are still losing $150 million every 3 months. So if we get into kind of what they're saying a little bit, it says AMC burned through 523 million in the past year, signaling financial strain. The conversion of AMC's APE units could potentially improve the company's financial position, but it could also hurt AMC's share price. An upcoming court decision on the class action lawsuit seeking to block the APE conversion will be critical to AMC's future as well as its stock. And it goes on to say that the balance sheet boost couldn't have come at a better time when AMC stock actually rallied and they were able to raise a lot of capital. Analysts are expecting AMC to report revenue of $4.49 billion and $4.83 billion in 2023 and 2024 respectively. That's still roughly half a billion below the revenue the company saw in 2019. Now, I would push back to that and say that the popcorn business and other things that AMC has done, like variable seating and cutting costs, are going to make their revenue a lot much more impactful to the bottom line. Back pre-pandemic in 2019, AMC really didn't make any money. They had like a 2% net profit margin, less than 10% gross profit margin. So AMC was really never profitable, at least for a long time now. And I think once you do get back to kind of pre-pandemic revenue numbers, profitability, if it's not at least a 5% net profit, we got a problem. And management did not do their job, because really anyone that knows business could have figured out, hey, we cut hours here, we cut costs here, we do this here, and that's where we're going to get to here, which should be, again, a 5 to hopefully 10% net profit. Cinemark was at 8% net profit in good years. So why would AMC not be at 5%? I think that's pretty reasonable. And I think that's something that's kind of underestimated by Wall Street right now. So positive catalyst at some point. Now it says, in addition, the company hasn't been able to turn a profit since 2018, and it's quickly burning through its cash war chest. Over the last 12 months, approximately $523 million went up in smoke. This should raise a red flag for investors. The company currently has cash and equivalents below $500 million for the first time since 2020. This implies that if AMC doesn't significantly increase its revenue or cash source, the chain may run out of money by the end of this year. And it says the importance of the APE conversion. Since creating the AMC preferred equity units, AMC has raised $418 million in gross cash proceeds. But perhaps the key to the APEs is their potential to help save AMC and reduce its debt, which is an ongoing project for the company. Since early 2022, AMC had reduced its debt by $620 million. Today, AMC's long-term debt hovers around $4.7 billion. According to B. Riley analyst Eric Wold, the conversion of APEs into common shares could help AMC raise as much as $16 billion in equity. However, there's a potential downside to the conversion. The move would cause a massive dilution in AMC shares, which would likely lead to a slump in the stock price. To keep AMC from becoming a penny stock, the company plans to execute a reverse stock split with a 1-for-10 ratio. Now, what I would say to the slump in AMC's stock price after dilution of AMC shares, I think odds are you've already priced in a lot of dilution already. That's typically how the markets work. 6 to 12 months out, that's where markets like to try to forecast stocks. That's why for long-term investors, you can make a lot of money. Well, markets have already priced in a lot of dilution for AMC. So I think when you look at it like that, there is a potential here that maybe this court date, if it actually went through, would be a positive, because investors having already priced in a lot of dilution would say, hey, now AMC is not going to go bankrupt. Typically, every other time AMC has raised capital, the stock has actually rallied, and those other times, you've also seen a lot of dilution. So, hey, we'll see. But the APE conversion isn't set in stone. Since February, AMC has been contesting with a class action lawsuit that intends to block the conversion and the reverse split. In early April, AMC agreed to settle with the plaintiff in the suit, but Delaware Chancery Court Vice Chancellor Morgan T. Zern decided not to immediately approve the settlement, citing an unusually high amount of investor interest in the case. And it says, what's next for AMC? It says there's a high probability that the conversion will occur, which will benefit AMC's balance sheet. But if the conversion does not happen, there's a chance that the company will end up having to declare bankruptcy, like rival Cineworld, or maybe it's Cinemark that I was referencing, maybe not Cineworld. If it continues to burn through cash, AMC would lose its chance to raise money and write off its debts, key to maintaining liquidity until revenue reaches pre-pandemic levels. The conversion and the ensuing dilution would likely cause AMC's share price to plummet. Again, I think a lot of that has already been priced into AMC at this point. It says, As a result, the fees traders must pay to borrow AMC stock and cover their short positions have skyrocketed. And that's what it says here with the arbitrage trade. If the ape conversion doesn't go as planned or continues to be delayed, this could cause the short sellers to lose money in the event of an upward movement in AMC. So I'm really agnostic to the whole thing. I don't care what happens. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, it looks like you've already priced in a lot of dilution. The stock has gone nowhere quickly and is sitting at some of the lowest levels that you have seen in 2 years. Some dilution has been priced in. How much dilution? That's where it becomes a fool's game. It becomes a guessing game at that point. But I think this could actually be a positive thing for AMC once the dust settles. And obviously, there's the aspect of buy the rumor, sell the news. In this case, it would be sell the rumor, buy the news. If you thought after the courts, even if it is a negative thing for AMC share price, would give you a positive reaction. Again, I like to go back to the historical performance of AMC. Every time AMC has raised capital in the past, the stock has rallied, and I think it comes back to the same thing that we're faced with today. In the past, a lot of people expected AMC to raise capital at some point, so they priced that into the stock. Once AMC actually did raise capital, the stock rallied because that negative catalyst is over, but more importantly, it helps out the balance sheet and makes sure AMC is not destined for bankruptcy. So I think when you look at it in that lens, this could be a positive thing after all. Now, if we take a look at some of the data here with Ortex, you have a short score of 94, $580.43 million worth of short positions in AMC. Estimated short interest off free float at 23.62%. Free float out on loan 37.73%. Shares out on loan 194.81 million. Days to cover sitting at 8.5. This is the thing that is really causing people to be very bullish in AMC, causing Ortex to give AMC the highest short score that you have seen in years. It's because of the days to cover. It continues to go higher. It's up 54% in the last 3 months. At the same time, cost to borrow fees are continuing to spike here today. Cost to borrow average 227%. Cost to borrow max 269.5%. Cost to borrow minimum 216.12%. And if you look at Interactive Brokers, you have 100% cost to borrow fees with in between 0 and 3,000 shares that are available to be lent out here today. Now, option activity, as you do know, very negative. So far today, you've seen 11 orders totaling $11.92 million with a positive order value of 28%. Pretty typical. We've seen this happen a lot. You're seeing a lot of those $10 puts as well as some $8 puts coming through for the day. This $10 put position, $3 million. This $8, that's actually a call position worth $1 million. So that's probably where you're getting the positive order value. Maybe someone somewhere knows something because that's a pretty bullish bet for just the next 6 months or so. An $8 call expecting a basically double up from here. So pretty interesting. Seeing some $3 puts coming through as well. Geez, look at that. A $6 call as well. Worth $2.13 million. So maybe people are expecting a positive reaction after the court date in the next 2 weeks. After all, hey, we will have to wait and see. As far as AMC's actual share price here, what's going on here on the day, stock's down about 0.5%, sitting at the lower end range, still in an overall uptrend, although it has been very rocky, especially as of recently. The stock is kind of bottoming out, kind of trading sideways here the last 2 days. We'll see what happens into the close of the day today, but I really don't expect all too much heading into the court date on June 29th. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about this take that I'm starting to come with. Let me know down below in the comment section what do you guys think about that. In the meantime, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.